Hello and welcome. It is the 24th day in March 2017. I'm going to go over this a little quicker today as the pattern of this unusual pattern of this low volatility in the silver market is not overwhelming, just speechless to say the least. I mean, I can still go over the technical aspect where resistance is coming support amongst a flat 18 average on its first resistance test from this decline. And it has been holding well above this level, but still a long ways away from this previous resistance, which is the next target. And on any further decline, key Fibonacci will be both 38.2% and 61.8 from what this high for now. And this low are the key areas I'd be looking for. Any type of support moves that doesn't hold or generates lower highs going lower would indicate that we're probably going to be making a lower low from this one, and then the next resistance test is 1787, and then breaking above that, test in this area above here. That's really all other than this node in here I'm going to say, which is 15 of the last 27, not counting today, have been 1.35% volatility or lower. It's got an extremely low volatile in at today so far. Bitcoin, it's been now making this pattern, lower highs, lower lows, up to this 18 average band on its first test within the declining such, and it has resisted it. It is moving lower at the lower end of this range, looking to make a test of this point in here, which is pretty much in on this Fibonacci level. 854 continues, or will be the next downside target, breaking further. At least that is the 76.4% down move amongst the play going lower, as well as the 1050 area. It's key right now in the short term, midterm. The next step needed to reverse the trend to get in here. Step number 2, get in the band for the band to flatten out. And then you have to break above it. Lots of steps now to revert the trend back further. But because the setup is looking so simple, so easy for at least a move down to 940, but probably even lower than that, if that doesn't happen, or if it does go to 940 and back whatever, that a decent up move is in play, because whenever something is so obvious to go down or up and it doesn't happen, my experience has always been that it has a fast move in the opposite direction. So this is a very strong short setup. If it doesn't happen, that's the case. But I'd be looking for a move down in towards this area here. Let's expand this out to the weekly chart. And I'm going to zoom in on just this in a little bit. But it's continuation of this support test of this rising 18 average. And I've already talked before a few times about what happens when it leaves the correctionary phase. It hasn't attempted to do that yet. And of course, breaking below, the first step in changing this trend, consolidating within. So now the band is going to be starting to flatten out. Step 2, break below, so establish a level of support. The next key level is in at the 807. And even down to 750 to 807 as its most likely area that it would go below the band if it's going to keep heading lower in that direction. Now zooming in, this is the last 20 or so weeks, and you have a situation in here where you are at the top, you have an inter-period correction within just the one period, and then it comes back up to the high, retraces back down lower, barely making a lower low. And then this period here will be it came back up and back lower. So when you're just looking at this, we see it on the daily time frame. You're looking at a move that comes up, and then within this period back up again. This one went down with a lower low. This one came back with a lower high and now back down. So you can pretty much draw a line chart, something like that. Just like on the daily chart where it's showing, that's the wrong one, the daily chart here, that it's looking to break lower, looking high probability. So that's where the market sentiment is right now. And as far as an index that I've been making within the BTC versus other cryptos, this is 11 and a half days into it. I put in 2.5 units, which is up to like 4.5. And now in the reverse, that means Bitcoin is losing value with 6 consecutive days down, 2 consecutive days up, and now on its third down. And when you look at the size of just a move like this is like from like under 250 to like 270. That's like 7-8% on a lower volatile move. The cryptos are an extremely high volatile trading platform. If that's something that you're liking, then it should be for you. If you don't like the high volatility, then it's obviously not. Thank you for tuning in and take care.